Awesome. My part in this is very short-lived. Richard, we're coming to you now. Can't wait to hear from Richard. I won't be around at the end, so Maggie's going to take it up at the end of Richard's presentation. Thanks again for coming out today, and looking forward to hearing your story. So why don't you just go ahead and share?
Thank you so much. First of all, I will not be narrating the presentation.
If you've ever needed plans and permits, you know it can become painful. What starts out as a creative idea can disrupt your life. But the fact is, plans and permits are necessary. Your first challenge is finding an architect, drafter, or engineer who is available. Next, you have to compare their contracts and prices. Once you finally hire someone, you wait helplessly until your plans are ready to submit to the building department. After the plans are submitted, you're even more helpless because building departments take forever, are notoriously inconsistent, and extremely difficult to deal with. The building department almost always requires plan corrections, and you can only pray the architect, engineer or drafter you hired is still available to do the corrections. If you aren't burned out by the months of bureaucracy, and getting the runaround, you have to start interviewing contractors to actually perform the work. It can drive any normal person insane, and you may even need therapy when it's over. Here's SKSI's solution to revolutionize the plans and permits industry. 1. SKSI locations are impressive. Similar to Apple Store geniuses, SKSI staff can meet with you face-to-face, answer questions, generate a fixed-price contract, and help build your dream team within minutes. SKSI envisions local offices in about 300 markets across the United States. You don't have to visit an SKSI location to start a project. Simply visit www.sksi.com and hire your team within minutes. You can chat instantly with an SKSI project manager to answer your questions and help to build your team. Or, you can select your own team members from SKSI's directory. You can even add non-SKSI members to your project's team. You can also download PhaseLine to your Android or iOS phone. This will enable you to start a project, manage your project, communicate with your team, and get real-time status on your project. 2. Design, drafting, architecture, engineering, and permit expediting are often different companies, and companies typically specialize in one area. For example, an architect that does residential homes may not do office buildings. An engineer may do structural, but not civil or soils engineering. SKSI consolidates the full spectrum of services within the plans and permit space, so you only need one company and one contract. With SKSI, you spend more time on your vision, and less time worrying about managing. 3. Technology is a roadblock for any company to scale within the plans and permit space. Project management in CRM software falls way short of team collaboration, and totally misses the customer experience aspect. During the COVID shutdown, SKSI solved this problem with the invention of PhaseLine. It is a technology far superior to anything that exists today, and gives SKSI an enormous competitive advantage. With PhaseLine, you can start a project, manage all your projects, communicate with your team, and get real-time status on your project. PhaseLine is so powerful that it goes beyond just the plans and permits industry. PhaseLine.net and the PhaseLine mobile app is a powerful new platform with social posts, professional profiles, freelancing, job search and posting, contact management, project management, and payroll services. PhaseLine gives SKSI superpowers. SKSI is trailblazing a higher volume of offices, projects, staff and customers than attempted by any other company that exists today. So execution is our number one concern. PhaseLine makes it possible. PhaseLine allows SKSI to reduce its costs as scaling increases. Any company attempting to compete with SKSI would have to develop their own solution to this massive problem that SKSI has uniquely solved. PhaseLine gives SKSI verticals beyond the plans and permits phase. You can find contractors, lenders, landscapers, housekeepers, water purification, and many other categories. PhaseLine took about 18 months to develop and is fully operational. It is already managing hundreds of projects and thousands of profiles. 4. PhaseLine's freelancing capabilities provide access to a worldwide market of experts. There are over 4 million architects, engineers, and drafters in the United States alone. And worldwide, there's over 25 million professionals ready to work remotely. Never before have local projects had access to them, that is, until SKSI with PhaseLine. 5. SKSI with PhaseLine makes it easier for professionals to get paid, and customers to pay their invoices. When a contract is generated, milestone payments are created. When a milestone is reached, the customer is billed electronically. And when the customer pays, the team members are paid at the same time. Payments to freelance staff can be automatically deposited to their bank account, or they can opt for the Phaseline ATM Visa card. This process helps with quality control. If a staff member does not deliver quality work on time, they risk being replaced. For industry professionals, this means more consistent workflow, faster payment, higher income, better infrastructure, greater independence, better communication, more opportunities to grow, and best of all, it actually lowers their cost of doing business. For customers, this means lower price, higher degree of competence, faster completion, increased reliability, greater resources, and much better communication, and that's the best proof of the SKSI solution. Just how big is this problem? In 2019 there were 135 million plans drawn, and 35 million permits issued, in the United States. They averaged $6,833 in fees. That's 25 times the size of the entire real estate industry. Yeah, it's that big. SKSI's business model is very simple. We document a customer's needs in a contract, and we either charge a fixed price or hourly rate. SKSI typically collects a 50% retainer. Then SKSI charges 40% before ordering structural engineering. Finally, SKSI charges 10% when the plans are ready to submit to the building department. SKSI customarily charges an hourly fee to get the building permits. For example, if a plans for an addition has a contract price of $10,000, SKSI will charge $5,000 upfront, $4,000 in about a week, and the remaining $1,000 the following week. Phaseline generates money every time a payment is processed. Currently, freelance sites like Upwork and Guru charge between 2.9% to 20% on each invoice paid. They process several billion in invoices, generating over $400 million in revenue in 2020. SKSI's total market opportunity is gigantic, and it's growing. The total addressable market in the United States was $739 billion in 2019. The worldwide market is several trillion. The market segment that is serviceable is about 85% of the total market because the market consists primarily of one-man companies, not strategic relationships and long-term contracts that SKSI would be unable to penetrate. SKSI believes it can realistically capture 0.02% of the total market, which is $1.5 billion per year in gross revenue within 5 years. It should be noted that the current Biden administration's plan to build back better may drastically increase these numbers. Let's look at the numbers. SKSI's first location in Glendale did about $1 million in gross revenue with 26% profit margin in its first year without any name recognition or advertising in the slowest section of the mall. This indicates new locations should generate $2.5 to $5 million per year. Gross revenue for locations that are existing or under construction is estimated at $45 million with net revenue of $13.5 million. SKSI's 5-year projection nationwide is $1.5 billion gross and $450 million in net income. This represents only 0.2% of SKSI's total accessible market. We believe revenues can be significantly higher than what we have demonstrated here. SKSI is turnkey and ready to scale. It costs $100,000 to open an SKSI location, and landlords reimburse us $100,000 30 days after opening. So the net cost is zero. SKSI is given reduced rent, superior mall entrance locations, becomes the exclusive architectural and engineering company for the mall and its tenants. It's a win-win for everyone, especially SKSI shareholders. SKSI is quite newsworthy. It is, after all, setting out to lead a nearly $1 trillion industry. Every new store, staff member, and customer will be used to promote the SKSI and Phaseline brands. SKSI expects a lot of attention. What does the competitive landscape look like? Large companies will find it difficult to pivot their business model to compete with SKSI's local offices. Small companies and one-man shops will find it difficult to compete with SKSI's menu of services and resources. SKSI sits in a sweet spot of availability, price, competency, and speed. Founder, Richard Rifkin has 31 years of experience specializing in scaling startup companies to national brands in the real estate and technology industries. Key positions in upper management will be filled after funding. Phaseline gives the company the ability to hire and scale quickly with a high degree of confidence. SKSI is asking for $4 million, in exchange for 20% straight equity. With your investment, we intend to build a multi-billion-dollar, industry-disrupting, web and mortar company, with a foreseeable exit within 3 to 5 years of more than 100x return. SKSI is a Delaware C corporation.